Good day, guys! Ang topic natin today is alternative modes of procurement. Under RA 9184 po ito. As general rule, dapat lahat ng procurement shall be through competitive bidding or public bidding. However, pag ma-justify natin, provided in RA 9184 and its revised IRR, yung procuring entity may resort to any of the alternative methods of procurement. Pwede lamang tayong gumamit ng alternative methods of procurement only in the highly exceptional cases and subject ito prior approval of the head of procuring entity and upon recommendation of the Bids and Awards Committee. Dapat yung procuring entity must ensure that the most advantageous price for the government ay ma-obtain. Ito yung 4 alternative modes of procurement. First one is the direct contracting or single source procurement. It is a procurement that does not require elaborate bidding docs. Dito, yung supplier is simply asked to submit a price quotation or a pro forma invoice together with the conditions of sale. Yung offer nila may be accepted immediately or meron pang negotiation na mangyayari. The second one is the repeat order. Repeat order is a procurement from the winning bidder. Pag kailangan mong mag-replenish ng goods, ito yung gagamitin natin. Third one is shopping. Shopping is a procurement for readily off-the-shelf goods or ordinary or regular equipment to be procured directly from suppliers. Dito sa shopping, meron tayong shopping A at shopping B. Pag-usapan natin yun later. The last one is negotiated procurement. Negotiated procurement is a procurement directly negotiates a contract with supplier. Itong negotiated procurement, meron siyang sub-method na 10. Pag-usapan natin later. Sa first method natin, first mode natin is direct contracting or single source procurement. Dito, yung supplier is simply asked na mag-submit lang ng price quotation or a pro forma invoice together with the conditions of sale. Yung offer niya may be accepted immediately or magkakaroon tayo ng negotiation. Itong direct contracting may be resorted under the following condition. First is the procurement of goods of proprietary nature, which can obtain only from the proprietary source. Example, may trade secret siya or copyrights, prohibit others na i-manufacture yung same item. The second one, kung yung procurement mo is of critical components from specific supplier, is a condition precedent to hold the contractor to guarantee its project performance in accordance with the provision ng contract. The third one, pag yung item na gusto mong bilhin is exclusive dealership siya or manufacturer, which does not have any sub-dealers selling at lower prices. No suitable substitute yun na pwede mong bilhan. Kaya mas advantageous siya kung doon ka bibili. Magiging direct contracting yun. Second one is repeat order. Repeat order is a procurement of goods from previous winning bidder. Kung nag-competitive bidding kayo dati ng office supplies ninyo, then kailangan nyo mag-replenish ng office supplies nyo, pwede natin gamitin ng repeat order. But subject to the following conditions. First condition, kung yung bibilhin mo ay na-procure dati and previously awarded through competitive bidding. Second condition, yung unit price ay dapat same sila dun sa original contract or mas lower sa original contract. Third condition, yung repeat order is hindi siya magre-result in the splitting of contract. Ang splitting of contract na sinasabi, halimbawa, may gusto kang bilhin worth million, tapos hinati-hati mo siya para hindi siya ma-fall sa competitive bidding, yun ang tinatawag na splitting of contract. And bawal yun. Fourth condition, repeat order, dapat i-avail lang siya within 6 months from the date of notice to proceed from the original contract. The fifth condition po is repeat order ay hindi dapat siya mag-exceed ng 25% ng quantity of each item in the original contract. Halimbawa, kung dun sa first na original contract mo is meron kang 100 reams na bond paper, dapat dito sa repeat order mo, ang limit mo dun sa item na yon is 25 reams lang, hindi ka pwede mag-exceed. Para ma-obtain yung 25% na threshold, kailangan yung original contract mo must be quantifiable and divisible para madali mo siyang ma-divide, and consisting of at least 4 units per item para madali mo makuha yung 25% of the quantity of each item. Dito naman tayo sa pangatlong mode of procurement, which is shopping. Ito yung common sa ating office. Shopping is a method of procurement of goods whereby the procuring entity ay nagre-request lamang for submission of price quotations for readily available off-the-shelf goods or ordinary or regular equipment to be procured directly from suppliers of non-qualification. Dito sa shopping, meron tayong dalawang cases or types. First is the shopping A, second is shopping B. Sa shopping A, dito po yung mga unforeseen contingency na for immediate purchase. Ito sa shopping B, meron siyang threshold. Para sa NGA, GOCC, GFIS, and SUCs, and ARM, 200,000 po yung limit. For LGU naman, barangay level is 50,000 and upper level po is 200,000 ang limit nila. Sa shopping B, it is procurement of ordinary or regular office supplies and equipment na hindi siya available sa DBMPS. FYI po, ang DBM po is meron silang procurement service na pwede nating pagbilhan ng office supplies. Kung hindi available doon yung office supplies, pwede tayong bumili sa local supplier natin. As long as hindi tayo mag-exceed dun sa limit na amount. For NGA, GOCC, GFIS, SUCs, and ARM, ang limit po natin is 1 million. For LGU naman is 50,000 up to 1 million. FYI po, yung phrase po na ordinary or regular office supplies ay tumutukoy siya sa supplies, commodities, or materials na necessary po sa transaction sa official business natin and consume in the day-to-day office operation. Hindi po dito mabibilong yung office supplies for repair and maintenance of equipment and furniture, as well as tracking, hauling, janitorial, security, and related or analogous services. Ito na po yung pang-apat nating mode of procurement, which is negotiated procurement. We have 10 types or cases na under sa negotiated procurement. Number 1 is to-fail bidding. Ang to-fail bidding is nagagawa lang pag meron kang project na nag-undergone sa competitive bidding and na-failed yung bidding na yon twice. So, ang pang-third is dito na sa negotiated procurement, two-failed biddings na. But, careful lang po tayo sa paggamit nito kasi may mga condition po itong two-failed biddings bago siya mag-proceed into this type of procurement. Second one is the emergency cases. Ang emergency cases may be resorted to in case of imminent danger to life or property during a state of calamity. When time is of the essence arising from natural or man-made calamities or other causes where immediate action is necessary. Sample po na ginagamitan natin ng emergency cases. Sample is nung COVID time po, COVID pandemic. Hindi natin yun inaasahan. So, di ba mahirap po ipasok yung mga gamot. So, kailangan natin mag-procure or let's say yung mga ayuda. Kailangan natin mag-procure agad kasi hindi nakakalabas yung mga tao dahil dun sa COVID pandemic. So, nagbigay tayo ng ayuda at through emergency cases siya na procurement. Number 3 is takeover of contracts. Magagamit lang ito kung yung first po is yung previously awarded na contract is through competitive bidding has been terminated for causes provided for in the contract and existing law. Second, pag meron siyang immediate action na kailangan gawin para ma-prevent yung damage or loss of life or property or to restore vital public services, infrastructure, facilities, and other public utilities. Number 4 is adjacent or contiguous. Ginagamit natin itong adjacent or contiguous subject to the following conditions. First, dapat yung original contract nito is the result of a competitive bidding. So, dapat dumaan siya sa competitive bidding sa original contract. Second, yung gusto mong i-negotiate na contract is similar or related scopes of work dun sa naunang project niya. Another one is pag within the contracting capacity ng contractor or consultant, considering the legal, technical, and financial requirements for eligibility. Another one po is pag yung contractor or consultants uses the same prices or dapat lower yung unit price as in compared to the original contract. Tapos yung minus natin yung mobilization cost. Dapat po yung approved budget of the contract sa i-offer mong bago is does not exceed the contract amount of the ongoing project nila. Next is yung contractor has no delay sa original contract during the time of negotiation ng second contract. The last one is pag i-negotiate natin yung second contract, dapat yung negotiation sa procurement or commence before mag-expire yung original contract nila. Example po nito is mga infrastructure project. Halimbawa, kung nagpa-build ka dito ng building, tapos ongoing yung building na yun, then meron ka na namang i-offer na or meron ka na namang project, pwede mong ibigay sa kanila as long as na-meet nila yung condition na nabanggit natin. Number 5 is agency to agency. Ito yung procurement from another agency of the government. Example po natin dito is, halimbawa, bibili tayo ng office supplies and available po siya sa DBM Procurement Service. Pwede tayong bumili sa DBM-PS pag available doon. Yun yung tinatawag na agency to agency. Number 6 is scientific, scholarly, or artistic work, exclusive technology and media services. Dito, yung goods, infrastructure project, and consulting services can be contracted to a particular supplier, contractor, or consultant as determined by head of procuring entity for any of the following reasons. Work of art. Ito yung commission work or services ng artist for specific artistic skills. Halimbawa nito yung mga singer, performer, writer, painter, sculptor, or etc. Scientific, academic, scholarly work or research, or legal service. Kasali din dito yung highly specialized life-saving medical equipment na na-certify ng DOH. Dito rin kasali yung scientific, technical, economic, business, trade, or legal journal, magazine, paper, subscription, or other exclusive statistical publication and reference. Kasali din dito yung media documentation, advertisements, or announcement through television, radio, newspaper, internet, and other communication media. Due to the nature of the information to be disseminated, alongside principles of transparency, efficiency, and economy, ang pag-award to more than one supplier ay pwedeng gawin ng procuring entity. Seventh one is highly technical consultant. It is a procurement of consultancy contract involving an individual consultant. Dito po yung mag-hire tayo ng consultant na highly technical or proprietary. Primarily confidential or policy determining, where trust and confidence are the primary consideration. Yung term ng individual consultant dito, at the most, be on 6-month basis lang po, and renewable siya at the option of the appointing head of procuring entity, pero hindi siya, but in no case na mag-exceed siya the term of the hope. Number 8 po is small value procurement. Dito sa procurement na ito, hindi dito covered yung under shopping A and B. And kasali din po dito yung infrastructure project and or consulting services na hindi siya mag-exceed dun sa threshold. For NGA, GOCCs, GFIS, SUCS, and ARM, meron po tayong limit na 1 million. For LGU, 50,000 to 1 million ang ating limit. Dito sa small value procurement, hindi pwedeng gamitin yung mga office supplies na wala sa DBM, pero pwede naman siyang bilhin doon sa shopping B. Hindi rin pwede dito yung mga immediate na kailangan. Ang pwede lamang dito is yung mga, like for example, yung mga catering, pwede yan siya. Training materials, pwede din. And marami pang iba. The next one is list of real property and venue. Dito po, pag gusto mong mag-procure or mag-lease ng office space, warehouse, pwede rin dito. Ano pa ba? Halimbawa, kung may training kayo and gusto nyong ma-held yung activity nyo sa hotel, pwede dito siya ma-fall. Kasali ang accommodation po dito, kasali yung mga pagkain dun sa hotel, and yung other facilities dun sa hotel mismo. Last one is direct retail of POL, petroleum, fuel, oil, and lubricant products, airline tickets, and online subscription. Dito po mapafall kung bibili kayo ng hindi naman karamihang POL products, airline tickets, and online subscription. Ang pag-procure po dito, since sinabi siyang direct retail purchase, ibig sabihin, magpa-purchase ka mismo, halimbawa dito sa POL products, doon ka bibili mismo sa gas station. Ang airline tickets naman, doon ka mismo magpa-procure or bibili sa airline. Same as sa online subscription, kailangan dun mismo sa website nila, kung meron silang website. So now, let's summarize all the alternative modes of procurement. Meron pa tayong 4 na mode of procurement. The first one is direct contracting. Applicable lamang ito sa goods and wala siyang limit. Second one is repeat order, applicable sa goods na previously awarded contract through competitive bidding, and meron siyang limit na 25% of the quantity of each item sa original price. Third one, meron tayong shopping A and shopping B. Both goods po siya. And sa shopping A po, 200K po ang limit natin for NGAs, GOCC, GFIS, SUCs, and ARM. And 50,000 to 200K naman for LGU, depende sa classification nila. Sa shopping B, we have 1 million for NGAs, GOCCs, GFIS, SUCs, and ARM. And 50,000 to 1 million for LGU, depende sa classification din nila. Sa pang-fourth po, na mode of procurement natin is negotiated procurement, which is meron siyang 10 sub-method po. Number 1 is 2 failed biddings. Applicable pag yung nag-competitive bidding ka ng dalawa, then failed siya, so ito yung ginagamit. Applicable siya sa goods, infrastructure project, and consulting services. Wala po siyang limit. Emergency cases, goods and services, leasing of venues, and etc. Wala rin po siyang limit sa amount. Takeover of contracts. Kailangan previously awarded contract through competitive bidding para ma-take over mo. Wala rin po siyang limit sa amount. Next is adjacent or contiguous. Applicable to infrastructure projects and consulting services. Kailangan meron siyang previously awarded contract through competitive bidding para magkaroon siya ng adjacent contract. The ABC of the adjacent work involved does not exceed the contract amount of the ongoing project. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-exceed dun sa naunang project. Agency to agency, applicable lamang sa goods or services, infrastructure project, and consulting services. Wala siyang threshold. Next is scientific, scholarly, or artistic work, exclusive technology, and media services. Applicable siya sa lahat, goods, infra, consulting services, and wala po siyang threshold. Highly technical consultants, applicable lamang ito sa consulting services, and wala po siyang limit. Next one is small value procurement, applicable sa lahat, And ang threshold niya for NGA, GeoCities, GFIS, SUCs, and ARM is 1 million. And for LGU naman, depende sa classification, is 50,000 to 1 million. Next is the list of real property and venue. Applicable only to real property or venue. Wala po siyang threshold. Next one is direct retail of poll products and airline tickets. Kulang ito online and online subscription. Applicable lamang to poll products, airline tickets, and online subscription. Parang meron itong threshold kanina. Meron siyang sa online subscription, meron siyang 1M na maximum amount. Sa airline tickets, wala po siyang limit. Sa petroleum, wala rin po siyang limit. Okay, sana may natutunan po tayo. Maraming salamat and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.